This practice was never supposed to leak. For 20 years, the players who were there refused to talk about it publicly. Lakers staff wouldn't confirm it happened. Phil Jackson denied knowing the details when asked. But on March 15, 2001, inside an empty Staples Center at exactly 3:47 in the afternoon, Shaquille O'Neal said 4 words that shattered the silence in that building and changed the Lakers forever. "This is my team." And Kobe Bryant's response ended the conversation immediately. Not with anger, not with yelling, but with 5 words that cut deeper than any insult ever could. "Then win it right now." What happened in the next 18 minutes became the most important practice the Lakers ever had. A practice that was never filmed, never documented, never officially recorded. But everyone who witnessed it remembers every single detail, because that day, the hierarchy wasn't just questioned, it was destroyed. March 15th, 2001, Los Angeles, California, Staples Center. The Lakers are preparing for the playoffs, already the most dominant team in the NBA, already viewed as unstoppable, already considered championship favorites. On the surface, everything looks perfect. The wins are piling up. The defense is elite. Shaq is destroying everyone. But beneath that dominance, there's a crack forming that nobody wants to name out loud. A tension that's been building all season, a power struggle that can't be ignored anymore. And today, in a closed practice with no fans, no cameras, no media waiting for quotes, that crack is about to split wide open. Shaquille O'Neal owns the paint. At nearly 400 pounds of raw power, he is the most unstoppable force basketball has seen in decades. When he catches the ball on the block, the possession is already over. It's either a dunk, a hook shot, a foul, or all 3. Defenses collapse instantly. Sometimes 3 defenders, sometimes 4, and it still doesn't matter because Shaq scores anyway. He breaks backboards, breaks defensive schemes, breaks opponents' will to compete. This is his team, his franchise, his city, and everyone in the building understands that reality, especially Shaq himself. On the other end of the court stands Kobe Bryant. 23 years old, 5th NBA season, already an all-star, already feared, already one of the most skilled guards in the league. But in this hierarchy, he's still the other guy, the sidekick, the second option, the player expected to fall in line behind the most dominant center in basketball. And Kobe hates every second of that role. Not because he disrespects Shaq, but because he didn't come to the NBA to be second at anything, to anyone, no matter how dominant they are. Every day, he swallows that reality, and every day it eats at him a little more. Practice starts like any other. Passing drills, free throws, defensive rotations, everything looks normal on the surface. Shaq moves casually, joking with teammates, laughing between reps, conserving energy without even thinking about it, because for him the game has always been easy. He dominates when he wants to and relaxes when he doesn't, confident that nobody can stop him either way. Kobe doesn't smile, doesn't joke, doesn't drift. Every drill is sharp, every cut is hard, every shot is taken as if something is on the line, because in his mind it always is. Phil Jackson watches from the sideline, saying very little, but he sees the difference immediately, sees the tension, sees 2 completely different relationships with the game sharing the same floor, and he knows eventually something is going to surface. During an offensive set, Phil blows the whistle and stops the play. He wants it run again with more energy, better spacing, cleaner execution. Shaq walks back to his spot slowly, without urgency, waving his hand dismissively as if to say he already understands what's being asked. Kobe notices. His expression tightens. He steps toward Shaq, not yelling, not disrespectful, but firm and direct. "You need to move faster on that cut." The words hang in the air for a moment, and the entire gym goes quiet. Shaq stops, slowly turns his head, looks at Kobe. Not angry yet, just surprised. The look says everything without words needing to be spoken. Who is this kid to tell me how to play? He doesn't respond verbally, just stares, waiting to see if Kobe will back down, apologize, soften the moment. Kobe doesn't look away, doesn't apologize, doesn't soften anything. He simply holds eye contact and waits. After a long pause that feels like forever, Shaq exhales sharply, turns back toward the court, and takes his position. Practice continues, but the energy has shifted completely. Something has been activated, and everyone on the floor can feel it building. Phil Jackson calls for a scrimmage. 5-on-5, playoff intensity, no mercy. Nothing official, nothing recorded, but everyone understands this is no longer just a drill. The teams form naturally, almost accidentally. Shaq on one side, Kobe on the other. Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Robert Horry watching from the sideline, knowing exactly what this is about to become. No one planned it this way, but no one questions it either. This isn't practice anymore. This is a statement waiting to happen. The game begins. Shaq gets the ball on the block immediately. One dribble, quick turn, soft hook shot over his defender. Easy basket. He doesn't celebrate, just looks in Kobe's direction as he runs back. The message clear without words. This is my team. This is my paint. This is my offense. Next possession, Kobe brings the ball up, reads the defense, attacks quickly, draws two defenders, kicks it out for an easy basket. 1-1. Shaq nods slightly. That's how it's supposed to be played. Trust the system. Trust the team. Move the ball. Then Shaq scores again. A power dunk that rattles the rim and shakes the backboard. 2-1. Kobe responds immediately. Not with a pass this time, but with a hard crossover, a step-back jumper from 18 feet. Swish. 2-2. Shaq's expression changes slightly, eyebrows raised just a bit. He scores again, backing his man down with pure strength, another easy hook. 3-2. Kobe answers with a fadeaway over two defenders, off balance, impossible angle. 3-3. The pattern is forming now, and everyone in the gym sees it developing. The rest of the players start to fade into the background. They're still on the floor, still running, still defending, but they know what this has become. This is no longer 5-on-5. This is Shaq versus Kobe. Power versus precision. Dominance versus obsession. Size versus skill. And neither one is backing down even a little bit. 4-3 Shaq. 4-4 Kobe. 5-4 Shaq. 5-5 Kobe. Back and forth, possession after possession. The tie holds. Every time Shaq scores with brute force, Kobe answers with technical perfection. Every time Kobe makes an impossible shot, Shaq responds by imposing his will physically. 6-5 Shaq. 6-6 Kobe. 7-6 Shaq. 7-7 Kobe. The gym is silent now, except for the ball bouncing, shoes squeaking, heavy breathing getting louder with each trip down the court. As the game continues deeper, Shaq's frustration starts showing. After one of Kobe's contested fadeaways, he raises his hands demanding the ball be moved, wanting the system respected, wanting team basketball. In his mind, this isn't how winning basketball is played. This isn't how championships are won. Kobe doesn't acknowledge the complaint. He jogs back on defense, eyes forward, already focused on the next stop. That indifference bothers Shaq more than any trash talk ever could, because it means Kobe doesn't care about his approval, doesn't need his permission, doesn't recognize the hierarchy Shaq expects. 8-7 Shaq. 8-8 Kobe. 9-8 Shaq. 9-9 Kobe. The score keeps climbing, but the balance never breaks. Shaq catches the ball deep, backs his defender down violently, finishes with another hook shot. He turns and looks directly at Kobe, holding the gaze longer this time, making sure the message is received. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. 10-9. Kobe brings the ball up slowly on the next possession, deliberately, letting everyone watch what's about to happen. Instead of attacking the rim, he pulls up from deep, a step-back three-pointer from 24 feet. Shaq is too far away to contest. The shot drops cleanly. 10-10. Shaq exhales sharply, shaking his head in visible frustration. To him, that shot isn't basketball, it's ego, it's selfishness, it's everything wrong with Kobe's approach to the game. On the next play, he goes right back to the block and scores again with pure power. 11-10. Kobe responds by attacking the lane, taking heavy contact from two defenders, adjusting in midair, and finishing anyway. 11-11. The tie remains, and the tension is suffocating now. Shaq has had enough. After another possession where Kobe takes a difficult shot instead of swinging the ball to the open man, Shaq walks directly toward him at half court. He isn't yelling yet, but his voice carries authority and frustration when he speaks, telling Kobe he has to pass the ball, that this isn't how the team wins, that championships aren't won by one player taking contested shots. Kobe looks at him calmly, not intimidated, not defensive, just exhausted by this same conversation they've had 100 times before. He answers quietly that he'll pass when it makes sense to pass. Shaq steps closer. Now his voice is louder, and everyone in the gym can hear every word clearly. The frustration that's been building all season pours out in 4 words that echo through the empty arena. This is my team. The gym freezes completely. Players stop moving mid-step. Coaches watch without interrupting, knowing this can't be avoided anymore. Phil Jackson doesn't step in, doesn't blow the whistle, doesn't say a word. He knows this moment can't be postponed. It has to happen now, on this floor, between these two players, or we'll destroy them later when it matters most. Kobe doesn't respond immediately. He looks at Shaq for a long moment, measuring him, reading him, deciding how to respond. Then finally he speaks, and his voice is calm, almost emotionless, which makes the words land even harder. Then win it right now. 5 words. No anger, no disrespect, just a simple challenge that shifts everything instantly. Shaq laughs, but it isn't natural. It's surprise mixed with discomfort and shock. He didn't expect that response. He didn't expect this 23-year-old to stand his ground against the most dominant player in basketball. He accepts the challenge with a short reply, turns back toward his position, and the game resumes immediately. This isn't practice anymore. This is war. When play resumes, everything feels sharper, harder, more violent. Shaq catches the ball deep in the paint and finishes with a thunderous dunk, the kind meant to send a message as much as score points. He turns his head slightly toward Kobe as he jogs back, letting the moment speak for itself. 12-11. Kobe doesn't react, doesn't flinch, doesn't show anything. He brings the ball up on the next possession without hesitation, attacks into traffic, fades away over 2 defenders, and drills the shot cleanly. 12-12. The silence in the gym grows heavier with every exchange. From that point forward, nobody else scores. They don't even try. Every possession is funneled to one of them, as if everyone understands that intervening would be disrespectful to what's happening. Shaq dominates with pure force, backing his man down, sealing deep, converting hooks and dunks that feel completely inevitable. Kobe counters with precision, footwork, timing, adjusting midair, taking shots that shouldn't work but somehow always do. Strength against obsession. Size against will. Neither gives an inch. 12-12. Shaq scores. 13-12. Kobe answers. 13-13. Shaq scores again. 14-13. Kobe responds immediately. 14-14. The numbers climb, but the balance never breaks, and that's what's driving Shaq insane, because he's doing everything right, playing his game perfectly, and Kobe still won't submit, still won't back down, still won't acknowledge that this is Shaq's team. Phil Jackson blows the whistle. Practice is over. The score sits at 14-14. A tie. Nobody moves. The gym stays silent. Shaq walks toward the bench, breathing hard, not from physical fatigue, but from pure frustration, because he understands now what just happened. This wasn't about winning a scrimmage. This was about control. And Kobe never let him have it, never gave him the satisfaction of submission, never backed down even for a second. Kobe stays on the court for a moment longer, staring at the rim, replaying every possession in his mind. He isn't celebrating. He isn't satisfied. He's confirming something to himself that he already knew, that he can stand toe-to-toe with the most dominant physical force in the league and refuse to break, that he doesn't need permission to be great, that nobody, not even Shaq, can make him accept being second. In the locker room afterward, the silence is suffocating. Shaq sits and removes his shoes slowly, thinking, processing what just happened. Kobe changes quietly, mentally already moved on to the next challenge. Phil Jackson watches both of them carefully, fully aware that something fundamental has shifted in the team's dynamic. Something cracked, but something necessary was built. The Lakers wouldn't become champions because Shaq dominated and Kobe followed. They would become champions because neither one was willing to submit to the other. And that's exactly what happened. When the playoffs came, when the pressure was real and the margin for error disappeared completely, they trusted each other just enough. Shaq demanded the ball in the post. Kobe gave it to him. Kobe took over in the fourth quarter. Shaq accepted it. They won the championship. Then they won again the next year. And again the year after that. 3 straight titles. A dynasty built not on harmony, but on tension held perfectly in balance. Years later, they would split. Shaq would leave Los Angeles. Kobe would stay. And Kobe would win 2 more championships without him, proving he never needed permission, only opportunity. But it all traces back to that empty Staples Center on March 15, 2001, to that closed practice nobody was supposed to know about, to 4 words spoken with authority and 5 words spoken with defiance. Shaq saying, "This is my team." Kobe answering, "Then win it right now." The game ended in a tie, 14-14. But the message didn't, because Kobe won that day. Not on the scoreboard, but where it actually mattered. He won because he refused to break. He won because he looked the most dominant player in basketball in the eyes and didn't blink. He won because from that moment forward, Shaq knew this wasn't just his team anymore. It belonged to both of them. And eventually, after Shaq left, it would belong to Kobe alone. That practice was never filmed, never documented, never officially acknowledged. But everyone who was there remembers it perfectly. Because it wasn't just about basketball. It was about power, about hierarchy, about who refuses to submit no matter how much pressure is applied. And Kobe Bryant never submitted. Not that day. Not ever.